your rails look like this? Are your trains crossing themselves, getting in each other's way? Your resources not getting where they need to go? You've got junctions that have to wait and wait and wait. Well, today we solve that problem. We get some cut stone and we unlock the stone bridge and solve all of our railroad's problems. Welcome in, everybody. My name is WildWing94, and welcome back to Sweet Transit, the wonderful railroad management game. So sit back and relax as we solve the railroad problems. Alright, guys, so we got the stone coming in. We've got our stone cutters all set up, and they are rocking. They are churning out top efficiency, and they're full. We've got 500 out of 500. Our stations are full. So we need to get our cut stone from our little village, right, over to the warehouse so we can start using them. When we get them over to the warehouse, we can start using them for, let's scroll on in so we can see, stone bridges. Stone bridges really start opening up the rail network for us here. We're going to really start being able to make our trains a lot more efficient. Get rid of a lot of these crossings here. Trains, when they have to merge, when they have to cross, when they have to, just pretty much any time they have to do anything but just fly along the line straight. The bridges are going to just exponentially make just the back and forth so much better. So I think for the umpteenth time, we've got to redo our station down here. And, excuse me, I think that because we do want to get to 1800 population, I think something that we might look at is we might bring a station out over here. So we can bring this line in. We'll put 2 trains over here, right? Our coal and our people. And then that way we really don't have to do much in terms of reworking the station, because that'll open up this line up here. And we can bring our cut stone in and out from up here. And that should work for the time being, and then that opens up a whole nother station over here, whole nother population growth. Good to go. We can start working on that. So I'm going to set this up, and we'll bring you guys back in when we are ready to get the trains moving on it. So I wanted to bring you guys back in. We got our station down, right? Number 3. I butcher the station name every time, so we're just going to call it N3, right? We got N3 down. And I'll tell you what, if you guys want to leave in the comments, somebody wants to leave a name, and we'll rename this town something that's, you know, Wild Wing sayable. So every time we have to talk about this, leave me a comment. Leave some good little town names. We can rename this, and we'll pick the one everybody likes the best, and we'll rename it. Anyways, we're bringing this new one in here, right? And we're going to end up just looping this. We'll create a nice little loop here. That way, we don't have to worry about anything in the future. Since we got the money, we got the space, and we're doing it now, why not just set it up? And then that way, we can make sure that when we need to have more coal, we've got the ability to have this train be bigger and loop. Because we just unlocked the D2 trains, so we might end up putting a bigger train on here. So I just wanted to bring you guys in for that, let you guys know what's going on there, and we're gonna give this guy a nice little route to go on. And I'm gonna avoid this desert area because there's a good chance that our oil is gonna be in there. So we do not want to be involved with that. And just like that, connect it on up. We got a nice little loop there. So we're gonna get that all signaled out. We'll get the trains on there, and when that's running, we'll be back for you guys. Alright guys, the magic of being away, the magic of editing. Just a quick little pop in, bop out there. I've got that track set up. We're gonna give our lovely people somewhere to live here. That way they've got a reason to go to work. Give them some water so they don't yell at us. And a mercado. That should at least get us started. Why don't we just, let's throw an extra down here. That way we've got the people. Alright. So that should be good. So now we've got 3 stations, and hopefully that'll help start spreading some things out. Inefficiencies. The inhabitants are unhappy. You guys probably are. Who doesn't have water? Oh, you. Alright, that's okay. Does everybody have water? No. I hate you guys so much. Alright, everybody should have water now. Cool. Everybody's got water. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set this train up, and we're gonna set a coal train up now. So, we're gonna pause the game. We're gonna open this up, and this does not need all of this nonsense anymore. So we just need the swap workers, right? So we're gonna get rid of this, we're gonna get rid of this, and this, and this. And then we're no longer going there. We're gonna go there, and there. Easy peasy. Swap workers, swap workers. Good. We're actually going to send this to the train depot. We're actually going to get rid of that. Clear that out. Boom. Good to go. And now we need. We're gonna run a big train. Silly me. Let's go ahead and we're gonna need a new preset because we're running a big train now. And big wagon. We're gonna run 3 because sooner than later here we're gonna start bumping up our coal production. So we're gonna get that going, and we have our route selected. There we go. Build, and there she goes. In the same sense, we need to make sure we're getting coal back here because that train was also getting us coal. So we're going to copy that and put a fuel train in. And instead of workers, we are going to unload. And we're going to load. Full cargo, time passed. Just love this music, guys. It's just such chill, enjoyable music. Oh, that's 2 of those. We don't want that. Now let's see if I can remember how to get to black. There we go. I'll remember it one of these days. All right, now let's get a coal train. And again, I'm going to build a 20. And let's go straight 200. 200, I think, is a good starting out number. A lot of your trains and stuff aren't using too much, and we can always upgrade it to a bigger one later on once we kind of figure out how the numbers and everything are going. But I feel like this is always a good start, so we're going to build that as well. And because this is a, back and forth line, we don't have to worry about the trains getting caught. And they have the ability to come in and go. So if we see they're getting caught up, we'll probably build another line here and tie it in there, but they should be good for the time being. So somebody is unhappy about work. Work in a market. Very odd. You have jobs, you have jobs. It's coming, buddy. It's coming. There we go. Apparently not. Alright. And shares between the whole kit and caboodle. So we're getting a little low, and then we filled back up. So it looks like for right now we're doing okay, but we probably do want to bump that number up. So we might, oops, I do that a lot. We might want to go ahead and actually upgrade this train. So while it is empty, it actually has 4 in there. So how do we actually want to handle this? We've got plenty of coal. I'm actually not worried about it right at the second. So another reason why I wanted to put another station out here is because of this. We're going to start getting a lot more industries, and we need to start being able to go different places. And it's going to take a lot of room and a lot of rails. As you can see, we've already got kind of a spiderweb network going on. So having that is going to help us out a lot. We're going to have plenty of jobs for you, don't you worry. Let's go ahead and put another couple fishing docks down just to see if we can't get them job. And then, how are we doing on wood? Doing okay. We'll get there. So, what we need to focus on now to really help us get things going is we need to get all of this cut stone that we have over to the warehouse. And we freed up a line, which should be this first line here, because we pulled the coal line off, right? That went up and around. So we are going to simply pull that down and over. And it'll be in this first. It'll be the one that the wood is going in right now. So we'll have to pull the wood over one, and then slide a line down and over and across. And everything's going to look real messy. Real messy. We're going to have lines crossing everything. We've got lines going everywhere, and we won't be able to really clean anything up for the moment. But once we start getting the cut stone in here, then we'll start being able to get the bridges and crossings, and we won't have to worry about trains kind of stopping each other as much. So let's get you in and paused, and we'll add another line in. It's probably actually easier to come this way. Nice clean in. We'll bring you out a little bit before joining you back in. Put our signals there. And we don't need a back and forth there, so I'm going to go ahead and start redoing our signals there. And we're good there. So then we just clean that up and chop that off. We should be good. Boom. Our wood trains, no problem. So I'm going to wiggle our line in over on here, get us a loop, and I will see you on the completed side. We are experiencing our first wood dip. So as you can see, our upkeep is 162, our production is 120. So I've got our wood line, or not our wood line in, our cut stone line in. Like I said, everything's going to look a little ugly and a little temporary, but our production is not cutting it on the wood. So a couple things have to happen here real quick. We're maxed out on our people, 40 apiece, right? So we've got to get a new line going in here, and we're probably going to have to put a new train line in here, new train in here, keep this circuit moving as efficiently as possible until we get wood per minute to be able to put a couple more cars on our trains, and then putting our train on this track. So to start off, we will get our new cut stone route going. So we're going to go from our little town to the warehouse. We are going to load. Again, I like to do this just to make sure. Most of the time it's me goofing stuff up, and if I lock them in on one cargo, kind of helps make sure that my goof can't extra goof things up, you know? We don't need goofs on goofs on goofs. Most of the time it's me doing something in here. Alright, cargo at 0, cargo at 100. Put you on the white, and this is N1 cut stone to the warehouse. Sounds good. Let's get a train going on it. We're still gonna rock the one. It's not too big of a journey, and we don't have a lot of production. When we get a loop and some big crazy stuff going, then we'll upgrade it. But for right now, I think this will be good. So we're gonna get that out of the way. We're gonna make sure that that can do its job. It's that little white guy zipping around there. We got a loop over here. Good, good. Got some cut stone there. Gonna make sure it goes one more. Zipping back around, dropping some more off. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so this I'm gonna send back to the train depot. Boom, get rid of you. And we probably actually need to put loops on there. We should be good. We should be good. We got enough time. So we need a couple more. So we're going to put, these are D2s. go ahead and... Eh, we don't need that yet. And just making it under. This will allow us to build 2 more sawmills, right? And then we're looking for this. This will take us to the sawmill, and then we will build. And we'll get that going. Build a couple more. Boom. Close, close, but no cigar. There's 1. And 2. So smack that wood production up to where we need it. Hopefully, don't want that there. We're gonna put our little, whatchamacalls it, the who's'em what's it, down there. Oh, how did you end up on that line, my friend? Alright. It's because we weren't paying attention. We done goofed, guys. We done goofed. Alright, now we gotta clean this up. Hope that our train's back on the right tracks. Oh, now he doesn't have it. Oh, we really goofed, guys. So this is the thing we gotta watch out for, I guess. Alright, let's put a little loop there. You should be able to get going. Get back on the right track. Let's clean up our mess. I believe I said the other day we gotta watch when we reset trains. So this is gonna happen. And it did. So we're close on wood per minute. We'll get to close. I'm not worried about that. We'll get there. Cut stone coming in. Beautiful. Everything's looking good. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Not enough workers. Let's expand this out a little bit here, and we will get to looking at using some of those bridges to help our railroad out. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and when we're ready to get those bridges going, we'll bring your lovely faces back in, guys. Alright guys, so we let the game run a little bit. We solved our wood issue. I had to put another train on here. We've got 3 going now. We still got a decent stockpile here, so we should be good with wood for the moment. Probably a good while. We'll just keep an eye on the trains, add a train in there, keep that going. Cutstone, we're good. We've got that one little train going. So what I want to kind of do now is look at cleaning up the rails a little bit. Be able to kind of start utilizing some of these stone bridges a little bit. And a lot of that is going to come probably from into our warehouse, right? So we've got this line that kind of snakes in, and this line that kind of snakes in. and then this line that snakes through here. So I think one of the best things for us to do right now is probably to get a line that's going to come down here and then goes this way. And then one of them will branch off here and then goes this way, because then we can have the wood and the stone come through this way. This one can go this way. The wood comes up here, kind of keep everything neat and compact. And then with the bridges, we can have the lines cross over each other instead of this is now. And once things start getting really crazy with everything moving around and space-wise and everything, this pre-setup here will be pretty useful. So we're gonna try to stop trains in a good spot, and we're gonna start off with this line here. This is gonna be a little bit of an issue, but we'll try to come up and around it. So we're gonna cut you there. We're gonna cut. Let's just go ahead and cut you way up here, and I did on each end because we're gonna get rid of the whole line. You just hold control. Boom. That whole line's gone. And then the same thing. Oh, we can't. Alright, well, we got a train on that line. Oh no. We don't need this line anymore. So we're going to get rid of this bit and this bit. Destroy that. And then let's try to come in here and clean this up. Give us some room. Got a nice clean spot to work with here. Come through here. So we're going to have this as the bottom line. So that'll take place of this. Run this up this way. And we got to connect it back into here, which will have come out. We'll just have this run down here for now. Let's have it run straight down, why not? I don't see any reason right now why that would in the future cause us issues, so we'll have that good. And then this, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to run our line through here. We'll just run this. And one of the reasons we want to try to keep the lines straight like this, and I'm going and making 90-degree turns instead of having these diagonals, is when we go to use the bridges will only go across things on these squares. So they'll go this way or they'll go this way. They will not cross tracks this way. So we got to get this cleaned up. So coming in here to get our lines real nice and neat, it's going to be a real big help. Music is a real big help too. Alright, so that's good. That's good. Sip of coffee. That is good. Alright. And then that way we can also then have our line come in and we'll be able to bridge our line. And I'll show you a nice little bridge line here with that as well. So we're going to get rid of you. We want to try to have as minimal just actual track crossings as possible. So good there, And let's go ahead and put our line there and go out like we normally do. And we're good. So that line's good. We'll do the same with the other one. So there, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go ahead and do this, and then as soon as the train gets in, we'll get that cleaned up. And this, we'll go ahead and put you there. You should be good. And now, oh, so much cleaner. So much cleaner. And then in the future, when we need to expand our system out, we have a lot more room. And we know exactly where our rails and everything are to be able to do such things. So we're going to let this go. We're going to let our trains get out of the way, especially this one. Get this cleaned up. You there, and you. Destroy that. So now this one should only operate there. And there. So now those are good. Clean, smooth line running. But we do need to get the ability to have this line come in to feed. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pause and we're actually going to delete this. And so we're going to start on this side. We're going to start probably here. And this doesn't need to be anything too crazy large, but we're going to need to have, let's go with 3 rails. So we're going to need to delete on out to here. Boom. Okay. And so then our rail definitely needs to come through here, but what I know is going to need to happen is that this is going to actually need to have a space for a rail to come in. So we're going to bring this up and over a little bit for what we want to accomplish. Sometimes with figuring out these bridges and how you want things set up, it does take a little bit of kind of deleting, setting up rails and deleting. That's why I usually have the game paused for that reason. So we're going to bring our line in. I usually bring it here, and then I do a little loop. And that's why we bumped this line out, so then this can come right in here. So then now you see that we need another bridge. It's going to span this section, and that's going to allow our track to come through here. And again, we just do a little loop, and then now that feeds here. And we can also have the line continue and to feed there. Now we got plenty of space. We got some little bypasses. The trains are not affected by if this train needs to go through. And I like to do my segments by the splits here. That way, if there's a train on there, then it is not sitting and waiting while it is on this other section, right? So we can see the different colors. So if we didn't have these signals here, if a train was trying to come through here and something was caught here, then it'd be waiting. It's no good. So now all of our lines are fed again, and we'll zoom out. Oh, So much cleaner. Chef's kiss. So looking beautiful. Now we've got cut stone unlocked. We'll let this run. Cut stone will zip on back down over the bridge. It'll fill back up. Little trains hopping over. Everything's wonderful. That's all the video time we have for today, guys. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you're not following, make sure to do that before you head on out. Really helps us out. And if you enjoy some community and you want to get notifications, come on into the Discord. Should be a link down below. And hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day today. And until next time, take care, guys. See you around.